Hi again. I wanted to put together a couple more videos for any of you that it's been helpful to do the breathing or the wheel of awareness exercises. And so I've got a safe place guided exercise, and then the next video I'm going to do is a Psalm 23 guided exercise. And all of the stuff we talked about before about deep breathing, making sure you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth and kind of being restful while we do this is going to be helpful. Having somebody close by, if you can, would be great too, just in case you want someone to be there to process what you're feeling or experiencing. But I'm very hopeful and prayerful that this could be helpful to those of you who are having a hard time having your body calm down or finding a restful place to engage with the Lord right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. With safe place exercises, it's a guided visualization. You're very imaginative and using that five senses thing that we've done before with the Wheel of Awareness. The reason why it's helpful is because we're trying to, again, like I said with the Wheel of Awareness video, become engaged with reality. And for a believer, reality is safe. Capital S, safe. For a believer, reality is safe. Not lowercase s, safe. We don't know that something bad won't happen to us in this world, but we know that we will be guided safely home. And that's in 2 Timothy, I think the end of chapter 4, verse 18, I think. So you're trying to get engaged with what safety is and helping our whole body, our mind, our heart, our soul be able to engage in that safe place. So what we'll be doing is you'll be using your imagination to put yourself in a place where you feel like you're safe. Like I said, I'll guide you through it, and hopefully it'll make more sense by the time we get to the end of it if you've never done this before. If you have, I hope that this is a helpful guide. All right, so please find a way to be comfortable. And like I said before, if your eyes are open, no problem. If your eyes are closed, no problem. I think with this particular exercise, having your eyes closed is easier because you're using your imagination, but maybe you feel safe in the room you're in, so you can use that. Okay, so we're gonna be comfortable. I'm gonna close my eyes just because that helps me a little bit. And we're gonna just practice breathing a little bit slowly in through your nose and out through your mouth. Slowly in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's just do a couple more. In through your nose, out through your mouth, and in through your nose, and out through your mouth. And then continue to breathe deeply, but kind of at a rhythm or a pace that is easier for you to maintain. And while you're breathing, I want you to engage your imagination with sight and try to picture a place, whether it is real, that you've been there before and you've loved it, or made up, where you feel safe. As an example, for those of you who struggle with picking imaginary places, when I was in Alaska, I drove around this highway that had these huge mountains and this lake right in front of it, and it was the sun was setting, and so there were mountains with a sunset reflecting off the lake, and it was beautiful, and that's one of the places I visualize. But wherever you feel safe, made up or real, picture that place and focus while you're breathing deeply on that place. And specifically, as I said, focus on your imaginative skill of sight. Look around that place and notice the details that you see. Are there any bright colors or dull colors, colors that you like that help you to feel safe? Do you see anything that you find beautiful? Do you see anything that you find comforting? anything at all that you can focus your imaginative sense of sight on, and soak that in and feel comfortable and safe there. And now we're going to move on. You can keep seeing those things, but now move on to your sense of hearing and your imagination, and listen. Listen to that space. And of course, if it's a place you've been, maybe you can hear the sounds of being there before. If it's a place you're making up, imagine what the sounds would be like there. And try to imagine sounds that help you to feel safe and comforted, or maybe remind you, it's not funny to say remind, but remind you of what heaven might be like. Do you hear birds? Do you hear wind or the breeze? Do you hear ocean waves hitting the shore? Maybe you hear music. Focus your attention of listening on those sounds and any of them that make you feel comforted and safe. Now let's move on to our sense of smell. Go ahead and imagine what smells may be there, or if you don't like those smells, go ahead and put in the smells that make you feel the most comforted, the most safe. When I picture that lake, I also am picturing or imagining smells that don't go there, like baking or a fireplace. That's okay. It doesn't have to be exactly right. But focus your sense of smell and take in the smells that help you to feel safe and comfortable, and to know that you're going to be okay. And now let's move into the sense of touch. Go ahead and look around this safe place wherever you are, and see if there's anything there that you would want to be touching, like if it's a comfy blanket, if there are flowers around, if you want to dip your hand in the water, maybe there's a stuffed animal, something that helps you feel comforted and safe. Look around, find that thing, and then go ahead and use your imaginative sense of touch. And imagine touching it and being comforted by it. And feeling safe because of it. Maybe it's a blanket or a hoodie that you can put over your head and you can feel what it's like to have it over you. And that helps you feel safe. Focus on that you're safe. And then finally, we're going to move into your sense of taste. And I want you to imagine things that bring you comfort, help you to feel safe, things that would belong in this space because they make you feel safe and comfortable, even if maybe they don't belong in the place that you are. So again, if I'm by the lake, I might not have, hot chocolate right there or something like that, but I'm going to imagine something like that to help me feel comforted and safe. Focus on whatever those tastes are and imagine tasting them and be safe. And lastly, just take one more look around your safe place. You can focus on any one of those 5 senses, but just kind of take it in. And while you're taking it in, I want to remind you that Jesus is here with you. The place you're thinking of might be imaginary, but the experience of safety in the Lord is not imaginary. And we want to communicate to your body that that is reality. We want to communicate to your brain that that is reality. So Jesus is here with you. If it helps to picture him there with you, I know that we don't know what he or the Lord looks like. I always kind of picture a lion because I feel like that helps me connect. And I grew up on Narnia. But if it helps, picture Jesus in your safe place with you. Remember, the better you know him, the more effective exercises like this will be. Jesus is someone who will tell you the truth. Jesus is someone who loves you and died to save you. Jesus is someone that wants to be close to you. Jesus is King and he's friend. If you can, focus on the connection with him. Let him be that King. Let him be that friend. Take a few of those deep breaths, slowly in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And try to return your breathing to a normal pace, but still making sure you get plenty of extra oxygen. If your eyes have been closed, this would be a good time to open them and start reorienting yourself to where you are. Use those 5 senses to get a sense of where you are. Look around the room and notice the things in the room. Feel the chair that you're in. Listen to the sounds, smell the smells, things like that. That experience of safety, if you experienced it in your safe place, is always available to you. It's available to you because God loves you. If you're a believer, God has saved you, and you will be looked after all the way to heaven. And so whether it is that you focus on this safe place again to feel that way, or you just remember it in the day-to-day, remember, he is your refuge. He is your fortress, and he will safely deliver you home, and everything will be okay.